Hey everyone, welcome back to Gone Driving. In this week's video, I'm in the 2020 Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG. I'll be going over a couple things that I like about this car, then going for a quick little drive. If you like this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. The battle of a high-performance sedan has been ongoing for many years, but Mercedes has focused especially in creating performance models in their AMG lineup while still maintaining affordability. And that is seen in the C43, the second trim in the three options offered in the C class. You've got the C300, the C43, and then the C63, the last two being the AMG variants. First introduced in 2015, Mercedes decided to scrap its C450 variant, or C450 model, use the same engine, but make it into a C43 with the AMG branding, just to attract more customers and then have that AMG brand name still sticking around. All trim levels in the C class are offered in a sedan, coupe, or a convertible, with this one specifically being a sedan, as you can see from the side. The C43 offers AMG performance, sounds really good, and offers lots of luxury, all for a great price. Starting off with the front, the C43 has a small condensed version of a Panamericana grille accompanied by the AMG badging in the corner. And we've got the classic headlights with the LED stripes seen in the S class as well. And a cool thing to note is that these headlights are multi-beamed, which means that they adjust automatically based on the road conditions and they beam in the direction that you steer towards. From the side, we've got these phenomenal body lines that make the C43 look extremely sleek, and they carry all the way to the back of the car, creating this harmonious design for the entire sedan. And Mercedes offers a night package which gives you an option to black out specific things on the car. For example, the chrome trim levels around the windows can be blacked out. Moving on to the back. Brand new for the 2019-2020 model years are the taillights, specifically the C LEDs, which is simply to remind other drivers that you're driving a C class. And followed by that, we've got the AMG and C43 lettering, which can be also blacked out with the optional night package. And then we've got these quad exhaust pipes, two of which are actually just completely non-functional, just for show. And that's just the world we live in right now. But on a brighter note, this car just sounds fantastic. Have a listen to it from the outside. For a 6-cylinder engine, this car has some exhaust sounds that just sound phenomenal. And with the optional AMG Performance exhaust package, this exhaust just goes on a whole new level. While Mercedes' main focus with the C43 has been a sportier engine and tighter handling, Mercedes has not forgotten their roots, and that is pure luxury. I love how specific to detail Mercedes has been within the interior. Everything overall just feels very premium. The materials are just so nice to touch. You've got your leather here that just is very, very nice. You've got your stitching, red stitching, which just makes the car accent a little bit more, and the leather quality and the stitching quality is just phenomenal. And in the driver's side area, we've got this fully digital gauge cluster area, which is very easily customizable and definitely very nice to look at. I would say that this gauge cluster looks a lot more engaging and a lot more colorful than the one in the BMW M340i, which is a direct competitor of the C43. And in the center console area, we're greeted by this 10.5-inch, very colorful screen that has the latest version of Mercedes-Benz's Command software. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are also supported. The screen can also be controlled by this touchpad right over here, which I'm not really a big fan of. However, it does look pretty nice, and I feel like the circular knob that was seen in the S-Class is a little bit more practical. Response times of the screen are pretty adequate. I would say from a graphics standpoint, this looks very, very appealing, very nice to look at. In terms of organization and practicality, I would say that the BMW or the Audi infotainment screens are a lot better and a lot easier to use, really. And then in the armrest area, we've got these bunch of buttons here that really are supposed to just be helpful or aids for your day-to-day driving styles. So you got your volume control here, you got your home and return buttons, you've got your driving mode selectors, the ability for you to stiffen or loosen your suspension, your traction control mode, 360 camera, auto start stop feature can be turned off, and you can just turn off the entire infotainment screen with the press of a button right over here. In terms of the steering wheel, I really like how it's flat bottom with the AMG logo at the bottom. We've got these really, really nice big paddle shifters, very useful for the 9-speed transmission that we'll see later on when we go for a drive. We've also got these little touch buttons here, which makes it very easy for you to customize your gauge cluster as well as control your infotainment screen. And on the side here, as I mentioned earlier, the window switches just feel very premium quality. When you try to open or close them, it's very just feels very premium, prestigious, and posh. Then you've got your seat controllers here, a classic Mercedes thing to do, really. You've got your 3 seat profiles here to save, as well as you've got your heated seats, and the cool seats will usually go here. Unfortunately, this car doesn't have that package, but I would definitely recommend getting that one. This car also has the optional Burmeister audio system, which makes the car audio game a lot better. I feel like the standard speakers are just as good. However, if you were to get the Burmeister audio, you can't go wrong. In terms of seats, we've got these beautiful leather seats with the red stitching that hold you really, really well. You can get the performance seats that Mercedes offers for the C43s. However, I feel like for longer road trips and for day-to-day driving, these seats are your best option. The back seat area is pretty spacious for someone, I would say, who's less than 6 feet, because if you look in the back, it curves down pretty quickly and you lose out on the headroom there. So for someone who's 6 feet, their head's definitely going to be hitting the ceiling. And in terms of the trunk space, I think there's just enough to fit a couple suitcases, your daily groceries, and all that sorts of stuff. I mean, this is a sedan at the end of the day, so you can't expect a whole lot from the trunk. And with all the cool features out of the way, I think it's time that we take this AMG out for a spin. Alright, so currently behind the wheel of the C43, and the first thing that I noticed is the throttle response. It's phenomenal. It's really, really good. It looks like it's really been tuned extremely well. Just a small tap on the accelerator and it just flies. I mean, this is comfort mode, and it's definitely one of the quicker ones, one of the quicker cars I've driven so far in terms of a sedan. And those noises, I mean, it's not even in sport mode yet, but I can hear the exhaust from the back and it just sounds really, really good. In terms of the comfortability and just, you know, overall driving experience, I feel like the suspension on this car is a little bit stiffer than I'd expect, but it is an AMG car at the end of the day, so you can't expect anything else. I mean, I'll do a little pull here in Sport, actually in Sport Plus, and we'll see how it sounds here. Keep in mind, this car does not have the AMG performance exhaust, and it still sounds really good. None of it is pumped in audio or any of that sort, so really, really good. I mean, just the steering itself, you can tell as soon as you start taking small turns that it's really tight. The steering is really, really tight, and again, that is AMG engineering, so at its finest. So you know, when you are getting yourself into this car, you should be expecting more of a sportier ride than a comfier ride. If you want the comfy ride, you're obviously going to get the C300, not the C43. So we're going to do another pull here in sport mode. I'll show you guys how it sounds. So we're going to go right here. And the 9-speed transmission, really, really smooth. Those little crackles and pops, really, really nice. I mean, I can't even fathom how much nicer the AMG performance exhaust is, because how good this sounds stock, and there's already some backfires as well. So really, this car is definitely going to bring a smile to your face, and you know, it's got that pickup, it's got that speed, so it's just perfect. And I'm just going to stiffen up the suspension here. So right now we can change this AMG suspension system from Sport to Sport Plus to Comfort. So right now it's in the Sport Plus suspension. So when, you know, obviously when you're gonna hit potholes or any bumps in the road, it's gonna be very stiff. So city driving, for example, downtown Toronto, it's not gonna be the best ride. But on a road like this, you know, put it into Sport Plus mode and you're gone, right? It's really, really quick for a, you know, a sedan. I've not really experienced a car like this. So definitely kudos to AMG and their team. And in terms of safety features, you've got your blind spot monitoring system that is standard. You've got your 360 camera, which you can, you know, option out as an additional package. You've also got frontal and rear collision warning systems. In terms of, you know, safety, I feel like, you know, this car has the most basic necessities, whatever you need. There is autopilot, or sorry, there's auto cruise control. However, this car doesn't have that option. From what I've heard, it's pretty intuitive and it's pretty useful. However, I personally find a car like this, you know, with these options, just enough. I don't think, you know, anything else is really needed. So I'm gonna rip it here a little bit. Really responsive, these paddle shifters. I mean, some cars aren't really, you know, tuned in or synced in so well with the transmission, but this car just absolutely phenomenal. I think in terms of the overall ride and just how this car feels, from a driving perspective, this car is just amazing. The luxuries are there as well. However, if you're looking for luxury, you got to get the C300 with every single option ticked off. But if you want the performance and you don't care as much about the luxury and the features and all that technological stuff, then this car is just perfect for you, because this is really a driver-focused car. So here are my final thoughts on the C43. If you're in the market for a high-performance sedan that handles really well, and you know you're okay about, you know, or you don't really care as much about the luxuries and the technologies in this car, then you get this car. I mean, for the price that it comes at, you're not entering the C63 territory, which is essentially 6 figures. You know, you're not breaking your wallet, and you get a whole lot of fun really in this car. So definitely the way to go if you're looking to get a decently luxurious car with a bit of a fun factor to it. And that wraps up my video on the 2020 Mercedes-Benz C43. If you like watching this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more automotive reviews and more car related content, be sure to smash the subscribe button. With that, I'll see you guys next week with a brand new video.